Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that this show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And welcome to the Chip and Cern Show. Mm-hmm. We're here. We're barely recovered from Dana's Bachelor Party.
Barely.
We thought it would be in the best interest of our audience, particularly Joe and Dana, to recap the situation.
Yes.
That boy.
So, as you know,
Stat
boy Dana had a bachelor party. Now,
He'll be getting married.
he will be getting married shortly, or he is married.
We just didn't have
depending on when this comes out.
We just didn't have a party because he's a bachelor.
What? Every party Joe has is a bachelor party.
Joe smells.
Roast.
Oh, okay. So we are going, I think, hopefully you've heard the pre-bachelor party We're Getting Older episode where we alluded to some of the antics that we were going to be partaking in.
If you haven't, go ahead and revisit it. It'll make sense after this.
Yeah. It's probably called The Random Show. I think that's what we're going to call it because Cerny and I got a few. It was literally the night before the bachelor party. So instead of easing into it, Cerny and I crushed about a 6-pack each and then decided to fucking tie one on and do the podcast.
Hit the mics.
So the morning started off. We were behind the 8 ball already because I was battling a little bit of a hangover.
Yeah,
to be honest with you. I spent the night, crashed on Cerny's couch, woke up in the morning. Tea time was at 9:40.
But Joe told us to be there at 9:10.
So
Joe smells.
So Joe is, and this is, I'm trying to be nice about this.
Okay.
Joe's probably one of our least serious friends, and that's why I like him.
Yes.
Right? Like, if you want to have a good time and have fun, Joe's the fucking guy to do that with.
Yes.
And we love him to death.
Yes.
And he's like,
biggest heart of anybody.
Biggest heart, not super serious about anything, loves to have fun. He's a great guy. When it comes to golf, he's like a fucking churchgoer.
He is.
He's like, guys, you need to be there. You need to be in polo shirts, khakis, fucking buy the book.
You can't drive that cart there. You can't drive that cart there.
No, you can't. Please, no beer. You can't have that. And so the golf course we played at is the one that Cerny lives on.
I live on a golf course.
And
so he told us to be there at 9:12, and we can walk to the clubhouse in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just cut through the neighborhood right there. You're right there.
I mean, and Joe has golf on us. He crushes us every time.
Yeah. That's his game. This is stomping grounds.
And, we love hanging. I know for 4 hours we're catching a beating from Joe because we fucking suck. Cerny and I are not good at golf, and
terrible.
Joe's good. All he has to do is just look at Cerny and it fucking fucks with him. It's the fucking greatest thing ever. I'm sure Joe will enjoy listening to this. So we get there, we go get coffee, we get breakfast, we get like a bagel or whatever.
Yes.
Then they call us at the 11th hour. Oh, pick up this because. So this is the call we get at we tee off at 9:50 or whatever.
Yeah, and this was at 9:05, right?
Basically, the phone call was already. We've been marked in the parking lot.
Yes.
The fucking game warden is after us, or Marshall. The golf marshal's after us. Boys, you can't bring a cooler in the carts. Now, smash cut the week before for Cerny's birthday. We had Cerny and I had a cooler in between us, and beers just sloshing around for 18 holes.
Yes.
So, and now,
granted, the size of cooler that Joe had was,
you had like a Yeti, and so hey,
XL.
we it's $600. We need you to pick some trash bags to put the beers in to so we can like put
Throw
them in
them
your
off our
bag.
scent, yes.
Yeah. Because for some reason, I think they saw that, hey, there's 4 golf carts and they're around a trunk and they're just throwing beers into a cooler.
The guy, the marshal,
Yeah.
told me when we were trying to load up and stuff, and we were kind of that shit show before we were trying to get ready.
Yeah.
He said that Joe pulled it out.
Okay.
Someone had called in to the front desk saying, "Hey, there's guys with coolers out here," so he had to come out and
So we got narked?
we got narked on. Yeah.
Why did they fucking... Who would...
Yeah, because
Anyway.
he said, he said, personally, I don't really care if you have a beer or not, but the rules are, got called in.
Mind you, Cerny lives at a very nice place and not fucking Pebble Beach.
Not by any stretch
no.
of imagination. No.
Anyway, we get out there and we roll up and like they're like, "Oh, did you guys pay?" I'm like, I thought someone would have taken care of like the pay thing already and the cart, and they're like, "No, you got to go." So we had to walk up, pay.
Yeah.
Now we see, okay, we maybe Joe in his text, "Hey, you guys need to be here early. No one's paid. No one's paying for you. You have to cover, because if it was like,
Should have disclosed that, Joe.
yeah, if someone else was running, if we had a concierge, it would have been like, "Hey, Cerny went and put out $400 for everyone. Here's the keys in the cart. Hit me back on Venmo."
Yeah.
Anyway, so we go out there and Dana,
That boy.
his cousin, who we love, and
He's too good for us.
he's several levels above Chip and Cern and the fucking slapdicks that we are. For reason he doesn't deserve.
No.
He doesn't deserve us.
No.
We don't deserve him to be in his presence.
So, backstory. He a little perspective.
Okay.
Very few times that Chip and Cern actually swing a good stick.
Yeah, we run
Run into one, and he'll go, "That was a nice shot," and I sit on guard ready for
Right.
what's the next, because usually it's
Yeah.
like, "Nice shot for a bitch,"
Yeah. Nice shot. With your skirt on. Just something like fucking Joe with these
Yeah.
snipes every...
Oh, nice shot. Does your wife play?
Right. Which had me dying the whole
Yeah.
thing.
But then Andy would say, "Nice shot," and I'm like, stand
Yeah.
there ready for the next one, and I'm like, "Really?" Like, "Yeah, nice shot." And I was like,
Oh,
okay, thanks,
thank you.
Andy."
So we experienced what a maybe an actual friend would be like. So we went out there. We were golfing. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did.
And there was a guy with us, Brad, who was a really cool guy that we have known since
Yes.
high school. Haven't hung out with him a ton, but he was cool. He didn't even golf. He drove around. He had all the contraband beer.
Yes, he did.
He literally would drive between the two groups that were playing and do beer runs.
Yeah.
When we shanked the ball into the fucking bush, he would go over and oh, it's over here. He would,
Spotter.
yeah, it was great. So we played, and I had a lot of fun. How did you feel that you did, Cerny, at the golf?
When Joe wasn't watching, I was okay.
You weren't bad.
When Joe would look, okay, the shot on 10. Okay,
Oh my God.
so when I hit, my ball tends to find water.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
It's Thursday. So Joe cracks a joke on this hole.
Well,
go
let's
on.
set the stage a little bit. I'm sorry. We have 6 with us.
Yes.
So we're playing 3 and 3
Yes.
because they wouldn't let us play together because pace of play rules and all this formal golf shit that I have no idea about.
Yeah.
Usually, if we're at a slower course, we'll kind of bunch up together because it's more fun, obviously, if everyone could watch people drive. We
Yes.
could talk shit about them, fucking heckle them, and then everyone goes. And Cerny and I had already conceded to being best ball, to just playing best ball. We didn't care what everyone else was doing, but between Cerny and me, whoever hit it, and we got the foot wedge
And
out.
every once in a while, I was like, "Well, Andy, your ball was
Right.
great. We're gonna drop
Yeah.
it more."
And if we hit it and it's not immediately visible, we're like, fuck it, whatever. These are just such shitty balls. A case of balls $6 or whatever.
Yeah. I'm not gonna wait.
People are
reads
looking
out.
no, this ball's $8. I gotta find it. I'm like, fuck it. It
Yeah.
said Wendy's on it or some shit. I don't know.
I swooped mine from the driving range.
Yeah. Oh, that's what we should be hitting with.
Yeah.
And so the first part, because we were right in front of the clubhouse, they wouldn't let us play together. So Cerny was hitting okay.
Yeah, it was.
And then we kind of bunched up a little bit when we got to the back, around like 5.
Yeah.
And so Joe started being there.
Yeah.
And Cerny, what is it with Joe when
I don't know.
He's watching you?
I know he's watching. I'm like, in my back of my mind, I'm like, he's gonna say something because usually he'll scream in your backswing, or he'll put the card in reverse,
Yeah.
or he'll just make some shitty remark like water, right in the middle of your swing. So sometimes he doesn't say anything, but I know he's watching, so I'm waiting for it, and I do it anyway.
And you give yourself this like, you have a complex now
Yeah.
when Joe's around and watching,
He's in my psyche.
You always muck it up pretty good.
Yeah.
So you had hit it in the drink a couple times when Joe was there.
Yes. Every time.
And, snorkel comments, scuba diver,
Yeah.
thirsty, it's wet, all these all the fucking Joe's been just saving all these in his quiver of
She writes them
jabs.
down. And
Yeah.
goes through his buck slip while he's waiting for us to catch up.
And so we played the back 9.
Yes.
Actually, you and I did not do horrible.
No. We were at a bogey basically, right? We won over.
What does that mean?
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, so if it's a par 3, we're getting 4. And
Yeah.
we were like, usually in the past, if we didn't get double par, victory.
Yeah.
Now we're only getting 1 or 2 shots over. Granted, sure, we're kicking it out a little bit from the fucking tree roots.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, what are you going to do? And then, so we get to hole 10. And the tee box is there. And we're all there waiting.
Yes.
And then behind the tee box,
There's a pond.
away where you're driving, is the pond. And everyone, of course, is like, well, Cerny, how are you going to fucking do this? Like, he's going to hit it backwards. And it's going to
I bet you hit in the water.
and it would literally be, he would have to turn around to hit it.
Yeah.
To go in the water. Now, Cerny, take it away.
Right when I lined up, Joe said, "You're gonna hit it in the water." I was like, yeah, "Okay, whatever, Joe.
Right.
The fucking behind me." I hit it. Hits the curb. Bounces.
Hold on. The cart path
The car path
has a
curb.
mowing strip, probably 20 yards ahead.
Yeah.
Cerny hit a fucking worm burner.
Yeah.
This thing
Hit-
right off the mowing strip comes screaming back at the group that's standing behind Cerny. Watch your teeth, everyone yells.
Into the water.
Right in the drink.
Unfucking believable. Unbelievable.
8 dudes literally doubled over laughing. The fuck that made the day. I'm sorry, Cerny.
I know.
It was
I know.
on
On my
on your
behalf,
back, but it made the day.
All right. One that I hit and I saw it going back to the water. I was like, unfucking believable. That's all I could think before I hit the water. And then hit the water. I was like, oh, okay.
It was
Well, here we go.
it was like a scene out of a movie. I couldn't even.
I thought I was going to snap my driver at that
It
moment.
was. But I know you would be mad because you were frustrated because of bad shot. But did
Yeah,
you
dude.
like see that how?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I
hilar-
understood how funny it was. Because I was thinking when right after Joe said, "You hit in the water." Like,
Oh.
okay, yeah, whatever, Joe. And then I hit it. I was like, unfucking believable.
It was too good. That really was great. And then the group got broken up a little bit later because this bitch Marshall came by. Oh, guys, it's really, if it was up to me, I would let you guys play. Blah, blah, blah. Someone
Yeah.
complained. So I don't know if they're bullshitting or in where your golf course is at, they got a bunch of whiny bitches living there or whatever.
From what I hear, I think it's a bunch of whiny bitches.
Right.
But yeah.
We were
Because the marshal or
Yeah.
office guy, he didn't really seem like he wanted to
he-
confront us. He was nervous.
yeah. And we were like, sure, dude, whatever.
Yeah.
If you want us to hold back, that's fine.
That's fine. And then
It's
he
only
kept
gonna slow
explaining it over and
Yeah,
over again. Like,
I know, guys, you guys are cool, and you're having fun, and
Like,
blah blah. And
we get it.
yeah, you don't have to suck up to us.
Yeah.
Like, just tell
I'm
us.
not gonna wrap my 5-iron across your fucking face.
Right.
Dude. We're okay. We get it.
So we
get it.
broke up. Cerny gameplay picks right back up because Joe's a
not
whole
watching.
head.
Yeah.
So we're going, and then we kind of knock back up around 17, 16.
16, yes.
And then if you listen to the pre-Bachelor Party podcast, Cerny and I discussed our plan of attack. Now, with Cerny's,
on
just
Joe.
a little quick refresher, for Cerny's birthday, we undid Dana and Joe. They were a team, and Cerny and I were a team. Their golf bag straps. So
Yes.
when in the golf cart, when they hit the gas, their bags fell off the back, and the fucking garage sailed their golf clubs. But we waited until the end, near the end of the round.
This is true.
So we are going to play the same hand this time. Now, being at Dana's bachelor party and all, we had to spare him.
We asked.
Just out of professional courtesy.
Professional courtesy. We gave him. We're gonna leave you out.
So it was on 8. No, yeah, okay.
17.
It was on 17.
We met up with 16. The short one.
Yeah.
Where I hit in the fucking water with
Cerny
Joe.
in the water
and
again.
Joe staring at me.
Joe wasn't even didn't even say anything to Cerny. Joe was just had his arm out and like leaning against the cart, just watching Cerny. And Cerny's like, "Fucking Joe, what is he doing there?" And he just got so in his head, and he fucking hit it in the drink.
Right.
So we got to 17.
Yes.
And they were, because Joe's good. He wants to like finish playing. Like if Cerny and I hit it within like 2 golf club lengths, we're like, okay, we just add like a stroke or two.
Yeah, we're good.
Praying that we would have made it.
Yeah.
And
putting wise.
Right on the green. Joe wants to finish up. Maybe he'll hit an extra ball to practice his chipping or whatever because he has skills that he wants to advance. Yeah. So we walk up.
He's training for the PGA.
Yeah. Did we I think we both said like this would be a good time to do it.
Yeah. And Dana happened to be at the cart.
Sitting in the cart.
Yeah.
And there was how many carts? 4 or 5?
There was
for
5.
6 guys, there was 5 carts.
5.
So Joe and Dana, Brad, and then Dana's cousin Andy had it, and Cern and I had one.
Yeah.
As lovers do.
Yes.
So Dana's sitting there. I said, should we get Joe?
Oh, yeah.
Is it 4 carts?
Wait.
Andy, Brad, Joe, and Dana. Oh, Joe. So 4 carts.
4 carts, yes.
6 guys, 4 carts.
Yes.
So Dana's sitting there. I said, should we get Joe? And he's like, yeah, totally. And I said, well, obviously we're sparing you because it's your. He's like, okay, cool.
He was all aboard. He was all aboard.
And Andy, Dana's cousin, had like, he obviously is a very serious player as well. He had a very sick bag.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. I wouldn't even fucking look. I didn't even look at his clubs in the eyes. They were so nice.
Turned to stone.
He had khakis on, like very nice shoes. He knew what he was doing, and me and Cerny are just fucking tugging our puds the whole time.
Yeah.
So I undid Joe's strap. Were we ahead? Yeah, we were ahead of them. So we go, and Joe's bag falls off. Fucking everyone loved it.
Yes.
Everyone loved it. What did he say? He just got.
God damn it.
He's like, God damn it. Okay, that was great. We get to hole 18, this par 3. You're hitting down like off a rock canyon, or some shit. Joe says, "Oh my, his battery's dying in his golf cart. Like someone literally had to push his golf cart up because it was
ram it. Yeah.
So Joe hits another ball, and we're all done. And by this time, I'm like, fuck it. I think I shaked it in the brush, and I'm like, I'm done.
Drop.
Yeah, what? I'm not even gonna putt it. I'm just done. So Dana's back there sitting there, and I'm like, should we get him again? And thinking there's no way back to back because you're for sure checking.
You're
right?
on guard after that. Yeah,
you're on guard.
You would think.
Very good. So I didn't pull the strap out because the way it works, you have your golf bag in there, and people probably know, and then there's a strap, and there's like this lever that puts tension on the strap.
Yeah.
I just undid the tension thing, but the strap was still in the holder. So if you looked quickly, it was the slyer of the method. If you looked quickly, you wouldn't really see. You would, unless you noticed that, hey, the tension rod's not closed.
Yeah.
And so we took off again. We're like, see you fuckers later or whatever to entice him.
Yeah.
And then we heard it again because they were going downhill.
So it had a little bit of juice left. So downhill would have been right up his alley.
And the people that had they had caught up from behind us, and we had chatted with them probably 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, they're cool people.
They were cool. They were right there, and Joe's fucking bag flew out of the back again. Holy shit. He was furious.
Yes.
And he just, everyone, again, died.
Dying laughing.
Cerny and I were like,
I think those motherfuckers.
oh, we were done.
Yeah. He charged, I'm going to say he charged our cart. Threw our bags onto the ground.
He just like ripped them out of the thing, and we deserved it. There's no doubt about it.
I wasn't fighting at all on that one.
That was great. Then that wrapped up golf. Joe had to go to a wedding. Andy had to go back home. He's got a newborn.
Yes.
So that left me, Chip, Cern, Brad, and Dana.
Yes.
The Bachelor. We went back to the hotel. and we went to get sushi after.
Because there was a sushi restaurant in the parking lot.
Pretty much, which was good because we weren't really driving anywhere.
Not at this point.
And the plan was Joe would come back later after this wedding he was going to go to, and Tony was going to meet up with us. The fucker that doesn't listen.
Son of a bitch,
sorry. And then we go to the casino. So we went to sushi. We had a good time there. Yeah. And the golf, like, we started at 9. Some people got... Joe... There's another Joe there.
Yes, there was.
So was there 5 cards? Because he was by himself.
Yes, there was 5 cards. That's okay. So I was like, I swear there was 5 cards, but I forgot about the other Joe. There was 2 Joes.
There's 2 Joes. We blocked one of them out of our mind for some reason. Excellent. Sorry, Joe. Not Joe, but Joe.
Joe smells.
And so we went to Mikuni.
Yes.
Or the sushi place.
It was just us 4 there.
It was just us 4. Had beer, had sushi. It was good. Some people ate lunch on the course. I didn't fucking realize that you could do that. I would have had a quesadilla or something because...
I didn't either.
You know, fucking bagel doesn't really hold many people over for 6 hours of golfing in the heat.
And day drinking.
Yeah, a bunch of fucking silver boulets.
Boulet.
We got back to the hotel, just kind of hung out. March Madness is on, the basketball.
Yes.
Now, I'd rather go out and go to a bar and hang out and do something. We were just kind of hanging out in the room, fucking around, farting, just fucking disgusting.
Yes.
Just disgusting dudes. And we decided to go to across the way. There was a Whole Foods, which sounds bougie as fuck, but they have an outdoor patio bar.
Beer garden.
A tap room, one might say, even a tap room. So I knew about this. I'm like, hey, they have pizza down there, they have beer, and they have TVs. Like, let's go down. So we walked there, which I personally didn't feel was very far.
No.
Dana was bitching like a little bitch.
That boy. He was.
So we walked there, and they have nicer beers.
Yes.
Like, higher octane.
There was no boulets
No,
on
there was
tap
no
there.
silver boulet there.
They had some nice, like, micro brews or craft brews.
Yeah, very good, Cerny. Thank you. So we're there, and very similar to Tony's 22nd birthday, we'll just have a beer or 2. Well, now we're 4 or 5 rounds deep of 9%, 8%.
Yes.
IPA, cloudy IPA from fucking Auburn or whatever.
Although I did enjoy that.
It was very good. And I don't know. I'm sure you can tell by this show. When I drink, what do I get a little louder?
Yeah, a little louder.
A little more
volume
boisterous.
goes up just a little bit.
Just a notch or 2. So we were having a great time at Whole Foods.
Yeah, we were.
I don't know what we were talking about exactly, but loud.
We kept telling
cursing.
Dana that there was a tap house
right
in the vicinity because the Whole Foods sits in like a outdoor mall.
Yeah.
So I guess Dana allegedly told us that there was a tap house there. Neither Chip nor Cern was listening to him, and I think when we got there, I said, "I think there's a tap house here." So he called us trolling motherfuckers the whole night because we don't listen to him.
So we don't listen to him,
no.
but.
So we kept saying, Dana, there's a tap house here. There's a tap. I heard there's a tap house here. It's getting them all, his blood boiling. So then Joe texted us, "I'm out of the wedding. Where are you guys at?" And we were trying to troll Dana because it was in a group message, and I said we're at the tap house. Then Joe goes the real tap house.
Right. There's a place called the Folsom Taproom.
Yeah.
So Joe and this, how many hours were we there for?
I don't know.
3?
It was daytime when we got there, and it was
night
dark when we left. I don't know.
Oh boy. And I remember when we sat down, the people that were next to us changed out 2 or 3 times, and we're there just another round. Hey, is this bartender drunk? Another round.
Oh yeah, Zed.
So the theme for the weekend was just constant attack and just roasting of each other. Yes. I mean, it was relentless, mockery, poking fun at each other, attacking,
physical assault.
After the whole weekend, I texted her. I'm like, I'm physically exhausted from having to be on point to like
Yeah,
defend or be ready to roast someone or jump on.
I need to go to hibernation a couple days just to recharge my mind.
So at golf, Chip and Cern were the point of the roast.
Yeah.
Because we were so bad at golf.
Yeah, we were.
Now at the end with Joe's double golf bag dropping and as we're yelling, I think the straps are faulty. That we got a couple points there, but for 4 hours it was solid. Chip and Cern fucking suck. Then at this brewery or the Taproom, Taphouse thing, whatever the fuck it is at Whole Foods, Dana, we were getting on Dana. Although when we first got there, Cerny and I made a mistake of wearing the same hat.
Yeah.
We sat together.
We were twinsies.
And we were twinning. So that caught us quite a beating for a while.
Yeah. Then we picked on Dana.
We got Dana for a little bit, and
then when Joe came.
Now, Joe takes a lot of abuses. Maybe you've picked up on, but we love him a lot. I feel bad because when he came, there was so much inside jokes. There was so much inside stuff going on from the previous hours.
And we were clearly drunk.
And we were drunk.
And he was sober.
And he walked up, and Brad dropped the line of the century that I've never fucking heard this. So Joe,
neither have I.
If you guys don't know what Joe looks like, he's just a 6'1", white guy.
Yeah.
Bigger, buzzed haircut, goatee, wears golf polos all the time. Pretty classic white dude. The
basic.
Yeah.
You're basic. You're basic.
Perfect. Okay.
Good call, Cerny. So he walks up, and Brad goes, "Yeah, how about that prison pussy?" I hadn't laughed so hard in fucking at least a year.
And then for those who don't know, Joe's goatee, I guess
it goes around his mouth, obviously a goatee, and I guess that's called a prison pussy.
Chip and Cern didn't know.
Neither did Dana. So imagine walking up to your friends. They've been drinking for 4 hours when you had been sobering for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And the minute you walk up and sit at the table, they're doubled over in laughter at you.
And can't tell you why.
Could you imagine how fucking mad you would be? Joe's
he said he's going to go home.
He's like, fuck you guys, I'm going to go home. I mean, it wasn't at him. I mean, it was at him, but it wasn't.
It was just
we weren't making
the comment itself.
Right. It fucking ruined us.
And to show us how true friends we are, we said, Joe, come pick us up. So he came pick us up. And we're going to walk back to the hotel.
Right. We pick us up. Then he gets there and he tells us he drove to the wrong place because we were texting to try to troll Dana, the Taproom. So he drove, I don't want to say across town, but he probably drove 10 minutes out of his way.
Oh yeah, it was out of his way.
Realized this was not the wrong place, so he drove. So we weren't intentionally trying to troll him. We were
trying to get Dana.
So he gets there.
Collateral damage.
He walks up. The prison pussy line drops. We're fucking doubled over in laughter. He sits there. He's like, "Fuck you guys," straight away, like, "Fuck you guys."
You guys, I'm going home.
And we no, pick us up, give us a ride. And there was a group of 4 girls and a couple guys that were sitting next to us at this bench.
Yes.
And they had left some half drank glass of wine and a beer. And by this time, I said, because we're just fucking around, we're just being idiots. And I'm like, let's get Joe to drink this, half, And they're like, and Dana goes, you wouldn't drink that. I'm like, I'll fucking drink it.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? So I take a sip, and he's like, oh my God. And Cerny goes, oh, I'll take it. And Cerny pours the other wine into that. So it's like a mix of 2 different type of red wines.
Oh, yeah.
And we have it there, and we're swirling around like we're fucking sommeliers. And we're like, Joe, here's this wine. He's like, no, at least, he didn't fall for that one. That would have been pretty bad if he would have gone for that one. And Cerny's probably, or I think I was like, we took it from those girls that were sitting there. So Joe, pick us up. He gets there, and then he tells us, I saw you fuckers sitting here laughing, and I wanted to drive my car through the fence to run you over, which I thought was great.
It was.
And so we told him to come pick us up, and then we all just said, oh, actually, we're just going to walk back. So he drove. So he got back to the room.
We crushed some more beers.
Oh, yeah, this is kind of a blur for me, so go ahead.
We crushed more beers. Tony came.
Right.
And then we
So we weren't expecting Tony until the next day.
yeah. So he came with more beer. So
Now, how long were we in the room for? Was it like an hour?
I don't know time.
Okay.
Time is going to elude me on this one.
Now, this is where the timeline gets a little
Yeah.
sideways.
We ended up all taking Ubers to Red Hawk, which is
The casino,
Indian casino. Do some gambling. That's what they didn't want to
Let's
do.
say we got there at
It was 11
11.
o'clock. It was 11 o'clock.
Perfect, because I have a timestamp text with my wife.
Oh.
We got there 11, and we had been drinking since 10 a.m.
10 a.m., yeah.
with never
Very-
really pulled back the reins.
No. I think we had bagels, and then we had sushi, and that was
The only thing we ate.
yeah.
There was
Pizza.
slice of pizza and a bunch of beer.
Yeah.
Bunch of beer. Not a lot of water either.
No.
A lot of beer. So we get to the casino, and Cerny and I aren't big gamblers. Dana and Joe, I would say they're big. They love to gamble. They have fun.
Yes.
I'm the type of guy, and Cerny is too. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm like, here's $100. I'm prepared to lose this money.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm going to have fun with it.
No more,
And
no less.
This is all we're doing. I'm not going to the ATM. I'm not, cash advancing and all this shit. So we get there, we're talking to my wife, and we're being fucking just a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Jackasses.
I don't even know what my wife was thinking, like, holy fuck, these fucking jackasses here. She goes, oh, play $20 for me. Because
It's not the first time.
my wife likes to run.
Tell
Oh,
me.
yeah. That's the story of her life.
Anyway.
So we start playing slot. She goes, play $20 for me. I don't even know. We put $20 in, so we pull up the like a video chat app, Marco Polo.
Yeah, Marco Polo, yeah.
And we're like, I'm playing your thing. And Cerny pops his head in, hey, how's it going? Back and forth. What should we do? Should we play max bets or like asking her? I don't even know. And the whole time we're getting beers.
More beer, yeah.
Cerny had some sort of verbal altercation with the bartender lady.
She wouldn't give me multiple beers. She said, only one per person. I was like, can I buy it for my friends? What table are they at? I was like, that one right there. What table's that? I was like, the one
Right,
where
you don't know.
I said the one, and we were drinking all day. So I was like,
Yeah.
the one where the minimum bet is $5
Right.
at the blackjack table. She's like, I can't see
Oh.
the limits from here. I was like, well, are the fucking tables numbered? She's like, okay, can you just point? I said, I did. It's right there. Okay, that'll be fine. Okay.
Oh, she needed it for the cameras.
Yes, and I said, just say that. Just
Right.
say that.
So
You don't get shitty with me, so I get shitty with you.
So Cerny brings some beers over. I don't know how long we were playing that for or whenever, but Joe and Dana and Tony and everyone went to go play poker or
So I brought
blackjack.
back 3 beers. I remember this. I gave you one. Tony said thanks, took one, and then I had
He would.
Yeah.
That son of a
son
bitch.
of a bitch.
So what time would you guesstimate that I said, let's go find the guys?
I don't know.
12?
Yeah, it was about
Okay.
midnight.
Then we go by and there's a $5 blackjack table.
Yes.
That's what I'd like to play. $5. I think I had $50, like a $50
you did,
bill. I don't
yeah.
know. And I'm like, I'm going to sit and play this. And so I put the 50 down, and you were, for some reason, when Cerny and I play cards, if Cerny's sitting down, I'm like his parrot,
Yeah.
and vice versa.
Vice versa.
So you were sitting down with me. Let's just say at midnight that happened.
Yes.
And I'm just playing, and usually I've lost $50 in 5 hands. Or whatever the minimum bet is,
Yeah.
I've like lost.
Lost.
It's gone. And then I was prepared to be
You
like,
hit 20, then
yeah.
21 comes up.
exactly, 6 shoe, deck shoe. I'm playing this, and I'm just having fun. Cerny's bringing me beers over. My stack's getting all right.
Yeah.
I'm only playing the minimum. I'm playing $5. I'm not playing the fucking, whatever.
Lucky bet.
Lucky
The
bet.
sucker's bet.
If you get a, 7 of hearts and the dealer gets a 10 of clubs, you
And
get
has
a
to-
200
you have
to 1
to have
odds
yeah,
and shit.
you have to get like a black. Your hand showing and the dealer's face card is going to be equal to 21, but if it's suited or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
it is.
every casino has a different rule for it.
Yeah.
So, I was just playing.
Yes.
And drinks kept appearing.
Yeah.
Coors Lights kept appearing, and I'm just going. The only thing that was going to get me to leave was my money running out, and my $50, and I was going to say, "Cool, that was fun."
Yeah.
It just kept. It didn't. Nothing stopped.
And there was a bunch of people. So Chipper got the only seat. So I was just parrot for a while. And then
when did you?
I went to there was a seat open. The guy's like, I'm about to leave. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay.
So I ran to the bathroom, came back, and Joe was sitting there. I was like, you
at the $5 table.
Yeah. I was like, you son of a bitch. And then Mr. Mustache, the guy you kept calling Mr. Mustache, some guy at the
Now, I don't know where I got this from, but when I'm playing cards and drinking heavily, and what I do remember is a lady going, "Oh, it's last call," and I'm like, "Cool, I'll take another one then."
Yeah.
She goes, "Well, you have to finish that." And I look, and there's 2 beers sitting there, and I'm like, "Okay, cool." And she's like, "Yeah, you got to chug it." And I looked, and there was half of a Coors Light, and I'm like, and she's like, "Okay," and she brought me another one. So I would have been at the table for close to 2 hours, I would say, at that point.
Yep.
And the dealer was being good, and there was like this pit boss, fucking Yassier came by, and he was kind of. Well, how would you describe me playing blackjacks?
Very comical, and according to the lady next to you, you were loud.
No, I was the same 2 ladies were sitting to my left.
Yes.
The whole night, pretty much.
Yes. And I think you asked him, "Do I bring you good luck?" And I said, "Well, you're loud."
Now, if I get a face card, comes down on the up, I go one time.
One time.
I start one. Sorry, doggies. One time. I start smacking the table. 7. I'm like, oh, I'm always so animated.
Yeah. And so even if the previous hand you one-timed it, blackjack, as he would say.
So my kind of go-to thing is when I get a blackjack, I go blackjack, and I put my hand out in front of me, and I curl my fingers up. Blackjack.
He's tickling the balls.
I'm calling the blackjack to me, and I get my 2 to 1 or what.
So in the very next hand, face card.
One time.
I stand it one time.
And the main dealer that we had, what was her actual name?
Was it Catherine or Katrina?
I thought it was Kathleen.
Something like that. Yeah, it
was like Kathleen or Catherine. For what must have been hours, was calling her Kathlina. I had changed it, and she's like, "What?"
It was like eight different names.
8 different names. And she's like, "Where do you see the L in my name tag?" And I would look. I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And then I would call her a different name. One, I'm not good with reading and fucking names as it is. This is true.
Yeah.
And
truth bombs coming out.
And I would feel bad. I'd throw her $5 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then so all of a sudden, when did Brad and Joe come back to the table? To my right.
Joe was there prior to me sitting down, so he took a seat.
Okay.
And then I took Mr. Mustache's seat.
Okay.
And
so this is probably around 2:30 or 3 in the morning?
It has to be right around 2. It was 2 o'clock because I sat down with you before last call. It was before 2 o'clock.
Okay. So you were at the very farthest. It was the other 2 ladies I've been playing with.
And then Dana sat next to me.
Oh.
Dana claimed a seat next to me.
Did he play?
Yeah, he played. and then Brad sat next to you.
And then Joe?
And then Joe, yeah. So Joe and I were sitting at the ends, and then there's a whole U or
Yeah. So we knew the whole table.
Besides there actually at this point in time there was just the one lady.
Okay.
Who for everybody who wasn't there, which is mostly everybody besides us.
Yeah.
They spoke Spanish. So Chipper kept saying "Como se dice?"
The one thing
how do you say?
Yeah.
Like face card or
and that's Spaniel.
They never answered. They just looked, kept playing.
Fucking gringo. That's probably what they kept thinking. That's every time I would say that. And then the pit boss would come over, Yassier or whatever his name was, and he'd go, he would see that I had something. He's like, "You should have played the lucky, like what I call the sucker's bet."
Yeah.
He's like, "You should have played that. You would have won $100. I'm like, "Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here." I would literally tell him, "Leave.
Go.
Get out of here." And I would tell the dealer, I'm like, "He's bad luck. Get him out of here." and literally, there's no one of lesser value in the casino than me playing the lowest hand of a 6-shoe blackjack $5 table. So Brad and Joe come up, and I don't know how they're just like, "Oh, we're out of money," or something
something. Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even know. I never counted how much I had, but I had way more than what I started.
Yeah.
I probably had, let's say, $150.
Yeah, of the original 50.
Yeah, so I was up 100, which I don't care if I walk away with 0 or 100. It doesn't matter to me. So I said, here you go, and I like threw them each $20. I'm like, just fucking have fun.
Yeah,
That's all I want. I want people to have fun. So they start going, and Joe's more of a gambler, as we mentioned, and he's more aggressive playing the bets, and instead of just playing $5,
he's got a system.
Yeah, he's got the very good Cerny. And we're playing, Cerny's playing his stuff.
Minimums,
and Joe's playing like $15, $20 on this lucky bet.
Oh.
And I look over, and Joe has a nice stack for himself. He turned that 15 into 100 pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I'm like thinking like, oh, cool, my investment's paying off.
My return on investment is great.
Right, yeah, my ROI is great on this Joe guy. And Brad's playing pretty conservatively. He's, if there's anything, he's like, should I double? Is it okay if I double? I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm so drunk.
Split,
like,
if you split.
Split it. Yeah, I probably am throwing chips around to people. I don't even fucking know what I'm doing at this point. And one of these lucky things, Joe hits for, was it like $400?
It was like $400. He got a suited 21.
And I'm
Clubs.
like, and he's like, see, that's why I play. This is what Joe says.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that's sweet. That's my money.
Yeah,
don't forget.
don't listen.
So all of a sudden I got real fucking serious.
Sobered up.
Right. I'm like, hold on. Winning $100 is nice. $400 or $500.
Snap back.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I will take that. So Joe's up. He's like, no. I just said like, give me those chips.
Yeah.
Because I want to put in my pocket because I don't want Joe to lose them. And he's like, no, don't jinx it. I'm like, I was starting to get kind of upset.
Yeah, he started to get a little triggered.
I was like, Joe, this is my money that you're playing. I will pay you for your thing. Anyway,
you get paid for your work.
You'll get paid for your work, and I will get my investment back, plus very nice ROI. And what happened at so we're playing this, and everyone's having a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and it's Dana, Cerny, Joe, Brad, and me.
And then Tony was our
5
parrot,
out of the 6 people, and Tony's parroting. I mean, I don't know how long we play for, but it was great. Everyone was having fun.
It was.
And then everyone's like, oh, okay, you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Was that Tony?
Yeah, somebody said, you ready to go? And we're looking down at the clock going, holy shit.
I looked down. What time was it?
It was almost 4.
Yeah, it was almost 4 o'clock in the morning, which I had never been up since 4, and who fucking God knows how
long time.
And I look at Joe.
Usually I wake up around close to that time for work.
I usually, yeah, exactly. I wake up around this time some days for a run or a bike, whatever. And I look over, and Joe has a huge stack of colored chips, black, green. Like, these are the $100 chips. And I'm like, fuck.
The big dog chips.
So Joe colors up everything. We all kind of cash out, and I get my money from him. I give Joe, I think Joe gave me $700.
Yes, he did.
So I gave him, let's just call it $20. I got $700 back from him.
Perfect.
And I said, thank you very much, sir. And I gave him $100.
You did.
Thank you.
That was generous.
Well, Brad I gave him $10 or $15. He gave me probably $100 and something back. I gave him like $50 or $25 or whatever.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it. I'm a fucking douche. And I had my money, and I was probably up 100 or 150, but I was just playing my $5 every time. I wasn't doing the lucky bet like Joe. That's how Joe got up so much money. So I go to the
I was at 15, by the way.
and I'm like, that a boy, Cern.
Yeah. Wasn't down.
Well, the thing that I took from it was like, I could have played my $50 for like 4 hours, and I never lost.
That's all it was.
That's all. That was great.
Drinking beers and shooting the shit was most.
And I'm like,
worth it.
I was pretty pumped. Like, damn, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna have $600 in my wallet that I didn't have before. That's a substantial amount of money.
Yeah.
And I'm walking to the cashier, and I'm like, shit, I have my wife's at the slot machine. They don't give you tokens anymore. They print out like a voucher for you. So I put $20 in for her, and I think I had $11 back on it.
Yes.
And by this point, we are toasted. And we're also tired, and we're like, fuck, it's 4 o'clock. We need to get home. So I put it in a dollar machine, and I'm just fucking slamming the max bet button, fucking pull, and I hit like I won $40, and I'm like, sweet.
Yeah, you were lucky. You were definitely lucky.
That was my day. Cash out, boom, turning all my chips in, peels me off a couple nice C notes. I'm like, woo, this is nice. Put this in my wallet. I'm like, someone's, one of these idiots is, stealing this from me tonight. But
oh yeah.
Anyway.
By the time you get back to the table, Joe had already lost $100 you gave him.
I didn't even realize. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway.
One time.
Yeah.
And then,
and I had been yelling for 4 hours straight, pretty much.
Yeah, I noticed on Sunday when we woke up, my throat was hoarse. I was like, what the fuck?
So we got back to the room. We took an Uber. We got back, and they were kind of waiting for us, and we started. At this point, it was probably, 4:30 in the morning?
It was almost 5, yeah. It was 4:40 when we rolled in.
How loud do you think we fucking rolled into that room?
Okay, so we were
in the room right off the hotel.
Because Tony, Dana, and Joe,
we had to take 2 Ubers.
They left. Remember, they got an Uber right away and left. And we were stuck because the next Uber wasn't coming.
So Chip, Cern, and Brad
yeah.
took the other Uber. So
we took the other Uber, and we were about half hour behind him?
Yeah, probably.
And I remember you telling Brad to open the door for us.
Right.
And he's like staring at us like, okay. He's like, no, so you open it, just stand out of the way because I'm going to run in there. I'm going to fucking stun Tony, right? So then it turned to a wrestling match. For a brief wrestling match, we ran in there, and then everyone kept turning the light on, remember? Because it was dark and we were trying to sleep.
Just fucking, I mean, just
a lot of grab assery.
A lot of grab ass, just legitimate slap dick shit. Like, we're
almost turned literal slap dick.
There's we all had our dicks out. There was a cot in the middle of 2 beds, and I was sitting there, and I was just in the most giggly fucking mood, just like this.
Yeah.
Just like reaching up and like trying to tickle Tony, and he's like, fuck you, and then turning the lights on, and I just remember like Dana's like, knock it off. Like people started to get serious because I was tired.
Trying to go to sleep, yeah.
We had the window open, the AC was down to 60 degrees.
Oh God.
And I'm like, okay guys, truce. Truce. And then I turned the lights on and fucking grabbed Tony, like try to tickle him in the ribs, and Dana's like, knock it off.
We're 30 years old.
Right.
Why do we can act like 15-year-old? Like, come on, Dana.
Like when you're 14, how you act around your friend, this is what we were doing.
Yeah.
And everyone's besides me, because I was so drunk, everyone was so very concerned with who was going to like get the next person, jab them, punch them, dick punch. And then the next morning, Joe said, I was really scared until I heard someone mouth breathing, which is me just.
Then I go to sleep.
Yeah, then everyone like, oh, okay. And they went to bed. And then we woke up like 3 or 4 hours later.
It was 9 o'clock.
I was hurting.
I was hurting too.
I was hurting.
Then we did a little hair of the dog down at the
Sarah's
down in Sacramento.
Tusk and what was that bar? It was an Irish pub. So in Sacramento, there's a new Golden One Arena. And the March Madness games were being played there. Dana is a huge college basketball fan.
So that's where we took him.
He's a big Duke guy. And and so we went there. We had a bunch of beers at this Irish place, playing darts. And we probably had a couple rounds of Smittix there. Then we go to the game. Or no, we went to barbecue.
Yep.
There's a sauced barbecue joint there. We got there and we ordered probably 8 like appetizer things. The waitress came back. She saw the table like that we had literally polished everything. Her face, like her eyes like bugged out a little bit, like, oh my, like this is impressive. And we're like, Jack, and we need to go.
Yeah, it was like she put the food down, went to go get like water, but she came back
because we hadn't eaten anything.
No,
the whole morning.
No. We were just drinking beer.
We were just drinking more
beer, coffee,
and watched the basketball game. I thought it was fun. We were at our ass was against the rafters.
Got on Jumbotron, Chip and Cern show.
Oh yeah,
Chip and
Chip and
Cern
Cern show tweet on there. That was really cool actually. And yeah, then Cerny and I, there was 2 games, so Cerny and I had to leave after the first one, families, and the last game started at probably like 6.
Yeah, we had
to work the next day and a couple
some sleep because we didn't sleep at all. We started the party on Friday and just
and the roasting continued.
Into
the
Monday.
whole time.
Yeah,
and like and so the weekend wrapped up great. Dana had a great time, and
it was a
lot of fun. A lot of fun. And I was just so exhausted, having to be on point and roast.
Oh yeah, I paid the price. I think all the way through about Wednesday, where I was like, if I could be put to sleep, I would be okay.
I didn't plan this ahead, but I normally work from home on Mondays. Really paid off in my favor this time, and I'm like, okay, I could get that extra hour of sleep that I needed, and all this stuff. And I didn't, I could make 10 cups of coffee in the morning that I needed to. So it was great. But, Dana had a good time. Everyone had fun. And
no one went to jail.
That's true. No, it was good. Joe's birthday's coming up.
Oh.
That's the next event. And then my birthday.
Oh.
We could
still time for jail time.
There is still jail time possible. So as we all hit 30 this year, be ready for more summary and pre-meditation pods. Well, I think, did that cover it all?
Yeah, that was the whole weekend.
That was the whole weekend.
In a nutshell.
We would like to hear your bachelor party or bachelorette party stories.
Or just a party.
Or any party. Where would they send those in, Cerny?
You can email us, chipandcernshow@gmail.com, or you can go to our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Chip and Cern Show. Anything Chip and Cern Show.
Hey.
Google us, Chip and Cern Show.
We better pop up. It's a fucking job. Here, Cerny. And, let us know your crazy bachelorette party stories. And
we'll read it out loud. No.
Yeah, send us a picture of the stripper's tits. Cheers. And until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.